Okay, so now we've established our 6 grooves, 4 grooves in 4/4, 1 groove in 3, 1 groove in 6. So how would you implement these into a song? For the purpose of this video, I want to give you 5 variations of each groove. So this is like limitless practice potential. You have 6 different grooves, you have 5 variations of every groove, and the goal is to kind of get all 30 combinations down. For the purpose of this video, number 1 is going to be the standard hi-hat groove, which is how I demonstrated all of them. So if we take the backbeat, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Number 2 is going to be a gentle, light, twinkly version of that groove on the cymbals. So a lot of times there are going to be parts where the drums isn't necessarily playing, but you're still being asked to keep time or to fill in sonic space or something like that. So if we're counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm not really playing the groove, but what I'm doing is I've internalized the groove. I'm still mentally playing that exact same groove in that exact same tempo in my head.
Right.
And I'm listening to the rest of the band and imagining that I'm still playing that groove. And so I'm kind of filling in that space with the cymbals as I go. And what that does is it just kind of, it adds a little bit of texture to the sound. It keeps the energy moving forward, and sometimes it keeps everybody in time. You don't really want to mess around on like the hi-hat, because that it doesn't really have the same effect. If you have something like brushes, I do have brushes here. If you have something like brushes and you can, one, two, three, four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It could just be as simple as, or it could be as complicated as like playing the whole groove on the cymbal. I'm kind of keeping time with my left foot here instinctively. But sometimes you can even use this for a build. Right, that kind of thing, where you're just kind of using the cymbals to swell up that energy slowly. You're starting really soft and you're just kind of making them ask for more, okay? So that's kind of the twinkly groove. That's number 2. Number 3 is a tom heavy groove. So we're going to play the exact same backbeat. All I'm going to do is I'm going to move my right hand to the floor tom, and I'm going to move my left hand to the rack tom. And all that stuff we were doing with the shuffling, you can kind of do the same thing here. I'm playing the exact same groove that I was playing on these 2 drums. All I've done is moved them over. So my lead hand is now on the floor tom, keeping time, and my left hand is kind of dancing with it on the other tom.
Yep.
Okay? I'm not necessarily emphasizing beats like I was on this. I'm not like, as if it's a snare.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of keeping that same groove. Right? On the toms. Number 4 is your full groove. Basically, most of the time, all you're going to do is move your hand from the hi-hat to the ride cymbal. So, I'm on a verse. Okay, time for the chorus. Okay, so I played a little fill there. I just hit a single tom, and then I crashed both cymbals on the downbeat. But literally all I'm doing is moving my right hand from the hi-hat to the ride, and it completely changes the energy, okay? In general, my rule of thumb that I tell all of my drummers is that you should play hi-hat on the verses, and you should play ride on the choruses. Not every, it just triggered that. Not every genre is the same.
Yeah.
A lot of rock genres, like they'll do the kind of open hi-hat thing for, you know, when they're really ripping it, because it has more, you know, aggression and volume than the ride does. But most of the time for our context, hi-hat on the verse, ride on the chorus. Just as a rule of thumb. 5 is deceptively simple. So we were building on the toms here before. All you're gonna do is play different variations of just single straight notes on the toms. So say I'm on a bridge, right? Bridge starts off quiet, you know, we come out of a big chorus. We're in the bridge, they're singing the bridge, I'm mostly out for here, maybe I do a little bit of this. And they say, hey, on the second time through the bridge, we want you to start coming back in and building. I'm gonna go, okay. I'm gonna start with the kick. All I'm doing is speeding up, not speeding up the tempo, but I'm going 1, 2, these are called half notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go to quarter notes. And then as we get to the end of that build, quarter notes are gonna stay in my kick drum. 1, 2, 3, 4, but now I've moved the toms to eighth notes, which is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. When we get to the very end of that build, I'm gonna add in my snare. Right? And that's all it is. That's mostly used for building, but it's literally just, you start with halves, 2, 3, 4, 2, maybe without the rack tom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, add the snare. You can play a fill or something going out of it, okay? But all you're doing is adding to build the energy, okay? But the rhythm you're playing is just blah, 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 blah. And you can do that on cymbals, you can do it on drums, like whatever works in the context, okay? So those are the 5. You got the standard groove, you got the twinkly, you got the tom heavy groove, you got your full groove, and you got your straight tom focused build. Right? Okay, so those are your 5. Now that we have them laid down, they apply to every single one of these groups. So, backbeat in 4, you just saw, halftime in 4. This is a standard hi-hat groove with the backbeat. Cymbals basically looks the same. So this one almost doesn't apply because it's kind of the same. Okay, tom heavy tom heavy halftime. That's what it is. So that feels like a real halftime, although that's kind of 4 on the floor. But it's that snare on 3 feel. You can kind of do 4 on floor on a build like that. All right, 4 on the floor, snare on 4. So standard. Twinkly. Just like the other 4 on the floor. Okay, tom heavy 4 on the floor is really where it starts to take off. Okay, so this is going to be one of your main. Okay, so all I'm doing is like, right, I'm just kind of boom, like whatever. I'm just kind of playing whatever feels right in my hands. But the big thing is that I've got that 4 on the floor going, and and that snare on 4. And then I'm just playing a groove that feels good. Okay, so that would be a heavy toms 4 on the floor, which should be one of your main go-to grooves. Okay. And a lot of times in a song, you can use that like on the bridge of a song, even though most of the song is going to be a backbeat. And then obviously, tom build is just going to be very standard. But then a full groove. Okay, so I'm kind of adding in the toms there. But for the most part, the main thing is it's 4 on the floor, right hand's on the ride instead of the hi-hat. And those toms kind of fill in the space. Okay. 4 on the floor, snare on 2, and 2 and 4. So this would be a faster one, right? Usually. Twinkly. Tom. This feels a lot like a faster 4 on the floor with snare on 4. But when I come back in with the snare, it's got that punk rock feel again, right? Sorry. That's what I was going for. Okay, full groove. At this speed, I'm kind of choosing to go 1, 2, 3, 4 on the ride because it's so fast. But every once in a while, I throw in a little ta 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 ta. So I'm kind of doing a just wherever it's comfortable, right? You could do a straight. I just like the. Tom build. Okay, so that one's great for faster songs. Groove in 3. Hi-hat. Twinkly. Toms. Again, doing the same hi-hat shuffle thing, but just on the floor tom. And then using that rack tom as my snare. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. For this, I'm doing 3 on the floor with the kick. I'm playing every beat with the kick, just because it feels good. Again, like a lot of times with a tom build, that's what you'll end up doing. Full groove. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's the idea. 6/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Twinkly. Make it less abrasive, I might actually use the edges like this. Okay, tom heavy. Now notice how I'm emphasizing 1, 2, 1, 2, but I'm keeping this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could honestly do this all day. Full groove. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the idea behind that.